Alright.
Taking off the clip from the chain. And now I can pull this off without any problems. Usually the liner comes with it. The other thing that was interesting is that getting these off is sometimes a problem because the plants have grown through them. So if we put them in and push them down once they're in.
Oh, the handles you mean?
Yeah, the rope handles, it might be better, although it's not a big problem. So now we can see how root bound this is with the roots growing all around it. There's even a small potato tube in there. But if we just take and pull this down around the reservoir enough to where we
Are those sweet potato vine roots or?
Yep, I think these are predominantly sweet potato vine roots, but there's different colors, so it may be all the plant roots in here. But the sweet potato vine roots take up a lot of room. So now we can take this off, and not very many of them had any more than this, so the reservoirs aren't really filling up with roots. A couple of them had them, but I think they were more the ones where you had the small flowers from Dale and Tina that were the fillers. So now we can see this is the only dirt we have, is just this thick.
Yeah, that's not much.
No.
What is that, like 3 or 4 inches?
I would say it's probably about 4 to 5 inches.
Holy cow.
And we can see where the center part of the reservoir, right here, that sticks down into the water, the roots grew totally into that. This is solid roots. So, I mean, that's, well,
so the water actually has to go through that.
But, pardon me?
The water goes through
that. Well, this wicks it up. So what happens is this is sitting inside of here, and the water just, the roots wick it right up through there and maybe a little bit through here. But I think once the water is below the top surface, once the water is a little bit low,
put it back on the cup thing or the bowl thing so you can see what it looks like.
And you do fill that with dirt when you fill it, but the roots grow all the way down and they wick the water up, because until the water is empty, it will come up through the bottom, because this has holes in the bottom.
Yep.
So that's where the wicking is coming up from the reservoir. It's interesting that some of the potato vines actually they grew and they pushed the soil away from the surface so that there's actually a void. It's like pushing it away. Not that I can see that it caused any problems, but
so these they grew in the void between the bottom?
Yep.
Okay, so those are
Reba,
long?
look out. Come on. Yeah, and there's some that grew, right in the soil.
So what did they take up, like maybe 30%, 25% of the soil area?
No, but some of these vines are pretty heavy duty too, just the vines themselves. The potato is actually just like the vine popping out everywhere, or the root, I mean, Feels like there might be a good sized one. No, maybe not. Let's see. Some of these have small potatoes in them. Every now and then we find a giant one. It's really just not worth going through and looking for the big old potatoes. In any case, that's pretty much taking it apart, and then just because it's so root bound, I don't think we can really get the dirt back. We could throw it into a big compost pile and get compost in a couple years, but for now we're just taking them back for the woods and maybe the deer. And that's all I have to say about that. Bye. What are you recording?